Hi, welcome to Ocean Yumi. So Velvet thought she was slick. Hey, she's trying to play the game again of doing her dry begging. She's also trying, that because she tries to be like Janae a lot, and I do believe they are in contact with each other. Now, as a comment said, I didn't like they don't watch them all that much. Now, how I came to see that she's still on the cults social media, i.e., the YouTube and the other stuff. Her face is still there, her image is still being used. Um, I was looking through certain stuff because remember, Olmac was the reason why she came to carbonation in the first place, right? And then afterwards, right, she was the cult's chiefess, the cult leader's chiefess for a long time. Now, though she says all these things on her lives or whatever, oh, I'm not a part of this and not a part of that. But if you look further and deeper into certain stuff, because that's like how Fundi explained about the eye horse, the the Illuminati, the MK Ultra. This is very similar. Why I say similar because she hasn't, if there was that disconnected, her image would not be there. Her image would not be a part of the carbonation stuff still. And and ages ago, Jay did say that they are active members, which they are still active members. Even if they don't say it out loud and they don't do certain things out loud, they are active members. Her image is still there. She was not part of the cult completely. She completely cut the cult off. Her image is still on the YouTube where they do the YouTube with Nature Boy. Though she's done the so-called restraining orders, whatever, which I feel she did it by proxy because of Janae. So therefore, I mean, I was not going to go back to carbonation. I was not going to go back to Coltville, but I have. But not that I have to, but I ended up going back to Coltville because every time she comes out and she talks her BS, there is levels to what she talks. Sometimes she'll be doing, like I said, the cult jargon. Another time she'll be talking about spirituality, which they all do. Janae's done it numbers of times. They talk about coming into their presence and their presence and their presence. Astrology, north nodes, you name it. Hi, I'm up. They always refer to the astrology. Now, astrology is not a bad thing. No, it's not. Spirituality is not a bad thing. No, it's not. But the cult disuse it. What's it call it? They abuse it so much. And another thing was the man, like women must be submissive to men. She believes in her head that she needs to be looked after. Well, I mean, that's fair dues. Yes, all women needs to be looked after by men. But at the same time, right, if there's no man around, you still have to do for yourself. You have to do something for yourself, look after your children, which she fails to forget. And this is where and I'm not saying that how some women are immature to a certain extent and certain stuff, yes, but most of the time a woman has to get off her ass and go do for herself. Where it means getting a job, getting this, getting that, getting whatever, so looking after the children, right? She is the nurturer. She's the first mother. She's the first thing the children learns from. She is the one who they see. Like if a mother's getting on a certain way, the daughters tend to mimic it and the sons, right? So she is still part of, I believe she's probably still sending money to the idiot. Hi, Professor. She's probably still sending money to the idiot who's incarcerated because as you see by the community tab, he was using a lot of hand signals, a lot of indigenous looking wares which he bought from Amazon. He also make them think that they were more superior than the people in so-called Babylon, but they ended up coming back to Babylon. So they are kind of finding it hard. So they initially have to end up going back to their families. Now, I will be going back to some of, I'm going to try, and I'm not going to say I will, because I know if I say I will, I won't do it. I will try and bring and do some videos pertaining to them, because you can see where she stood in the status she stood in the cult. What she's trying to do is change the narrative. She's trying to look like the innocent one. She's not innocent by no means. She at all. Janae, even Janae's not innocent. Do you know why I say Janae's not innocent, though she is a victim of the R word? Because she was one of them who ran after Malia and said, "Oh, you get more D than we do," and da 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 da. Now, if you have followed these people for the longest time, now I was trying not to go back and do throwbacks way back when, but I seem like I have to, because what tends to happen is that how when new people come in, it all gets misunderstood. It all gets mistranslations. There's some people who's been around for when there were Nation, Inferians, and Carbonation. So now bear in mind, like I said, Nature Boy was connected to Sinetta at one point. Okay, he was connected to Sinetta and Young Pharaoh. So it's all connected. Now, I might not stay on it on them. I might go on to other stuff, because there is real things happening around us, as well as these people's shenanigans. Okay, so we have to bear in mind that how these are not representatives of the conscious community. People think the conscious community is beads and headscarves and whatever. No, that some people choose to dress like that to reflect who they are and who they want to be and where they want to be and which part of the scale they want to be. So the cult, and they are a cult, okay, dangerous. They start out as nice and friendly, and then they get dangerous. Now, these lot apparently had a death pact amongst them also, which has come out. There's a few things that has come out, which is being confirmed amongst the community of the ones who was trying to save the girls at one point, and then they realized the girls didn't need saving, and etc etc. Now, bear in mind, though he is doing the triangle and the eye, yes, it is linked to elites and etc etc. Okay, but he went from doctrine to doctrine to doctrine to doctrine to doctrine. He started out as an eco village, then he got lost in translation. Right now, Velvet went over with Omac to carbonation or melanation at the time. He and her started sneaking around, right? So when she's talking about her baby father, meaning Nature Boy, right? Nature Boy was with someone called Yaya. I think it was a Yaya Pocahontas at the time, right? And then they started sneaking around, going from tent to tent to tent, right? And I think Omac found out through a live about their relationship. So therefore, when he found out about the relationship, I think he left and he went to Yada. Now he went and he sorted himself, and I think he started going to the Moorish community. Okay, so like for those who don't know about Nature Boy, because Nature Boy, his people promotes him on a regular basis. There is a lot of enablers. There's a lot of things going on. People enabling, what's the name? Velvet also. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to literally flip my content right now, because at this point, right, I used to react on them before I even thought about going to the mummy sector. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to start looking and finding old stuff. Hi, Charles. Hi, Christos. And I'm going to flip it and put and do some carbonation breakdowns, because I was doing it before. Okay, I was doing it before, because like I said, I was part of the Nation of Islam one time in my life. I was part of Rasta. So basically, when people do certain stuff, it's a reflection of me. Everything that is done is a reflection of me. So therefore, when I talk, when like how she spoke about her children and her children and her children, bear in mind she's only in her early 20s right now, right? She feels very entitled, right? Now she is trying to make it like she was all innocent and oh, I know I didn't want to do this and oh, I didn't want to do that and oh, I didn't want to do this and oh, she was part of the abuse, part of the whatever, you know. She was in a lot. She's in it up to her eyeballs, basically. Okay, she's in it up to her eyeballs. Now I might remember most of it. I might forget most of it, but hell knows I'm going to try put up some content on this. Okay. And even if I don't, I guarantee if I see any of them talking, i.e. Solar, Velvet, Rejects, any of them, they're gonna be content. You know why? Because they are the reflection of the aware community. I want to say conscious, aware community. Now, there is people who really, really, really do the work, and there's people who want to do shortcuts. Okay. Now, as you see, even me now, right? Even I've gone further because now I'm being a part of another side of things. So basically, you can't do things halfway. You can't do things halfway. Okay, you can't shortcut it. You can't cut corners. It's either you're that and that. Now, Nature Boy has done things to do. Buddha has done things to do with what's that one? What Madonna was part of, the Jewish one. I forgot now. Anyways, right? He started doing sigils and all sorts. Okay, magic. He did a lot of magic, a lot of magic, a lot of magic. Fundi Fee, others had to talk out and put things straight. Polygamy is one of the biggest things that everybody wants to be part of or wants to do. But when you're doing polygamy, you have to do it right. Because it's not a sex thing, it's an economy thing. Okay. So when you're doing certain stuff, right, you have to be mindful of what you are reflecting outside because the wider community will see you, which is what I've always said, as well as the black community. And I even know people don't like it when you say the black and white thing, but this is what it is, right? So when Nature Boy is still in prison now. So if you see any of his stuff that's popping up and he looks like he's recent, those are not recent, okay? He's still in prison right now. He's still in jail. He hasn't been given the time yet or whatever, but his little children seems to be playing a lot. Playing a lot. His little minions are playing a lot. So I think it's come to this, right? I was trying my best not to talk about it. I was trying my best. I think I even ran to the mummy sector at this point to get away from them for a little bit and just watch other people. But now at this point, I feel that I've got to say my piece now because I'm an older one, okay, and these people are little children to me, okay. So at the end of the day, right, I'm gonna post some videos of some of this stuff if I can. If I can't, or if I feel that I need to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. That's how I'm going to run it, like this, because this girl really thinks everybody's dumb at this level. She thinks everybody's dumb. The fact that I had noticed that her image is still up on their video says a lot to me, and I know they're still active because they still speak the jargon. They still speak the jargon. They still speak the carbonation jargon. Okay. That's the word salad, the crap, the rubbish, right? Yes, you can be an organic being. Yes, you can be. No one's saying you can't, okay? You can be a vegan. Yes, you can. You can live a clean lifestyle. Yes, you can. You can be into astrology. You can be spiritually motivated. but it's not like a matter of how they're doing it, right? There's loads of people who are eating certain ways, doing it properly, right? She's so foul mouth, right? She's got 3 children, right? 3 children, right? One for the cult leader, one from a man who we probably have not seen, and one for Solar. So what she's doing now, she's using the children as leverage, just like how Janae's going to use Solar's baby as a leverage, okay? No, I'm not meaning you, so Amma, when I'm talking in general. When because all of the stuff that is out is the marketing, what they have done, the marketing. So the stuff is still going around and round. Okay. Oh Lord, hold on a minute. The door's always going. Hold on, I'll be back. Ouch. Oh, hi. Okay. Well, finally caught you live. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, I don't rock with poly. No, there's nothing wrong with poly. It's all to do with economics. It's nothing to do with sexual. It's nothing to do with whatever. It's nothing to do with whatever. Having many partners, women, whatever. It's nothing to do with that. It's an economical choice because there is a history behind it, but I ain't going to go into it right now, okay? I ain't going to go into it right now. Basically, this is what I'm saying. At this present moment, right, there's Velvet has come out and she's made lives and she's trying to change the narrative of certain stuff, right? Right now, Solar's got 2 children at present. 2 children he's got at present. Solar is literally look like he's losing his marbles right now. Okay, right now he looks like he's losing his marbles because he hasn't got what you call it. You know, when you got children, you have to give them certain things, you know, before they leave the nest. Now, these people, as you know, when he got arrested, they ran. All of them ran, right? In all different directions. Some took money. One took money, I think, or 2. Well, the other one took money and he died. He was unalive in the process. Okay. Right. So obviously, right, people are still parcel of the carbonation. It's just that they do it in different ways. Now there's Holy Heaven, there's the Source Tribe, there's a few of them. They're all connected in some form or fashion. There's the invisible ones that you don't see, who is still carrying carbonation to this day. Now, the reason why Velvet is on it right now, because she also scammed the woman, and apparently her and Solar took someone's identity and got a phone. Now Velvet scammed the lady and said that how she wanted loads of stuff for her children, whatever, right? The lady gave her all and paid for toys, etc. Nice stuff as well. And she packed up and she left Idaho with Solar. Okay, she left Idaho. She went all the way to Mexico. Right, the same thing he did with Janae, where they went to Mexico, setting up the channel together, etc., right? Fake love, you know what I mean? Right? Carbonation ongoing story over the years is frustrating and sad. Yeah, it is sad at the same time. But what's happened is an ongoing cult, just like the FLDS, just like the unification. I forgot the unified. That one, unified church. right? It's ongoing, it's ongoing, it's ongoing. Okay, it's ongoing. Why is it ongoing? Because right, they keep coming out. I was really hoping that Howard the Law would have taken them by now, personally. All of them, every single one of them. Mama Dia, still no justice for her at present. No justice has happened for her. Her daughter has spoken on one of my comment sections and she explained certain stuff, okay? Now, many of the channel holders have tried to help many of the Carbonation members, ex-members, whatever you name it. Now, Faith, Rambo and them lot came back looking like skinny skeletons, right? The baby was very thin. And if you look on the wall, if you go back further enough, you will see the pictures of them from that time. Okay? I think they are being funded. That's why it's ongoing. Hi, nosy bitch. Yes, they probably are being funded. They probably are because it's ongoing. It's ongoing. It's ongoing. Now, at first, the Carbonation so-called wives, girlfriends, I don't know the word I was gonna say. I don't want to say it. They was doing a whole campaign against Janae because they believe that Janae should have not have said that she got R word by Nature Boy. But there was a lot of things. There's domestic violence, a whole set of stuff was going on. Domestic violence, starvation. Some people was under 500 pounds. I can't remember body weight. Very skinny. Kendra, True, and what's it? Sheba. I'm gonna call them by their name. Sheba and True was underweight. Their son was being brought up as a slave, basically, underneath Nature Boy's daughter. Okay. Now, like I said, if he didn't get catched, they all would have still be there to this day. If he didn't go to Atlanta and do the most, they would have still be with him. And I do believe that. I do believe that. Right? And this is why I would never have them on my show. Well, I don't know. I don't even call this a show. I will never have them on my content. I will never have them anywhere near me at all because they are what they say they is not. They are the typical whatever. Okay, sort of similar to Queen Oppa and her show. They are the stereotypical. They was talking bad about the people in Babylon. Now they're in Babylon, catching hell themselves, catching hell literally, right? They spoke against single mothers for the longest time. People having jobs, people working in Walmart. Hell, that's money. People working in any situation, but they will happily take the money. They'll happily take the money, right? So what she's doing, she's probably come on now. She's kind of doing little story time kind of foolishness and then asking, oh, well, I wish I had a car. I wish I had a house. I wish I had this. Some people is in, I'll say, Section 8 situations and they literally go and they will go and build themselves. Man, some people who's been incarcerated, they set up because they know they will never be able to work or get a job. What they do, they go and they set up and they do something, basically. And I'm not saying it goes for everybody. Some people will go to lower standards or fall into certain stuff. But this woman, she's young. She's under 30. She ain't even 30 yet. She ain't even 30 yet. She's under 30, right? And she's there sitting on a live, trying to change the narrative, trying to change it. And she repeated herself several times because even Dice picked up on it. Okay, so therefore, I do not feel sorry for I'm kind of where I would not say don't, well, feel sorry if you want to feel sorry. Okay. But me personally, I ain't enabling shit. Okay. I'm not enabling them. I'm not enabling them. I don't want them on my thing. If you see any of them, please at them. Please. I beg you do. Right. Because at the end of the day, right, they are still doing the dancing. You know how they used to dance and do all the blah 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 and do all the blah blah blah. And it's the words, the actions alone, right? The actions alone. They jump from doctrine to doctrine to doctrine to doctrine. One minute he was Muslim, then he was something else, then he was something else, then he was something else. Fair enough, right? Right. If your searching is different. Right. So as far as I'm concerned, he is a gay for pay prostitute who happened to come across conscious information, and then he decided to turn it and design it and make it into something. But again, people, because everybody's running from the Americas and Europe and all over, and they're trying to find better ways of living and living naturally. He he literally see, I caught that word. He literally banked on it, and he conned people and he scammed people. He got loads of money from people. Didn't even buy land. Wish my masters. Hi, Mind's Eye. Velvet had it made and still do living free. Yeah, she's at her mum's at prison. That's what I heard. She's at her mother's at prison. Solar's at his mother's, at his parents' house at present. Okay, they're there. That's where they're at. Right. So, I'm just gonna be listening out. I'm hoping the ones who's been on their tails for a long time still keep going, being on their tails, because me personally, right? She wants to put on a clean image. Her hands are not clean. Her hands are not clean at all. Her hands are not clean. Janae just wants to be the main chick, but she's always the side chick. The third one, the third wheel. She's always that. She's never the main chick. So this is why now she's trying to talk about, well, I mean, I've looked up the video of her saying about the single motherhood, etc., 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 etc. But she is now embracing being a single mother. Well, so-called. I don't know, because she got help. Some single mothers don't even have help. She bloody lucky. That's what I say in my book, because at the end of the day, right, enough women have to struggle and do what they got to do and make their moves or whatever they got to do. Okay, she's bloody lucky, and her mother is so laid back for a Jamaican woman. I've never seen one so laid back in my life. Jamaican women will normally cuss you out and then, you know, and then talk to you later. That's what they do. You know, they don't sit there. If their child's doing certain stuff, if right, they will shame up the child to the max. She's actually quite lucky. She's quite lucky. Right? And her mum seems a little dipsy too anyway. For what I've seen, her mum's dipsy. Then there's Grand Chieftess. Then there's that Rose. I mean, now they're gone quiet, or might be going quiet, but I'm gonna go and ask somebody to check for me, right? Because Rose had a grandson just recently. Okay, Grand Chieftess. Oh my God, where do I start with her? Where do I start? Now she's talking about Rabbit or whatever. She's doing the Dr. York greetings. She's talking about astrology while pouting. Most of them are doing OnlyFans. Solar apparently was well, I heard he was doing OnlyFans at present. The guy he was with was the guy probably who he is, his concubine or whatever he is to the man. So at the end of the day, this is how I see it. Hi, Christy. This is how I see it. Right? I might chop a whole video. I might not. I might just talk about what I seen on them. okay? Because at the end of the day, Velvet is not changing the narrative of anything, right? Nature Boy said that how his daughter is his wife, meaning, what do wives do? What do wives do? Right? He said the baby Velvet was having, i.e. Ellie, who is now, I can't remember, I think she's about 5 or 6 now, was his wife. Is his wife. Yeah? And also, to make it worse, on top of that, right, he made his son touch his dingaling. Okay? So now we know that we have predators within the unconscious community anyway, whether people care to accept it or not. There are predators. He is one of them. He's one of many. Okay? And I don't see why people should give Velvet, what you call it? Oh, poor Velvet. Da, 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 da. Oh, da, da. No. No. Don't give her a bly. No, don't give her a bly. Because she was just as bad. She was beating up people as well, for what I remember. There was word out, interviews was done, and she was doing just as much as he was. Okay? Him, Tron, Musa, all of them. Right? Solar beating up Zoka. Right? Called his own baby a demon. Now he's got 2 coming. So Zoka's messed up. She's totally messed up. Totally messed up in the mind. She's messed up in the brain. She left, she came back. Right? Who else is there? Fufu. She used to get cuss out on live. Like, you'll be watching. And she was getting cuss out, blasted on a live. He'll just be on a live with her. He just blast her. He'll just blast her. But on Twitter, there was him riding her in a closet. Then he was riding Janae on the bed on the Twitter. I'm kind of glad that Twitter's gone now. Right? Then on the Zoom, there was doing his dingaling on the Zoom like birds, literally like birds. Now bear in mind, these women are all attractive. Yeah, they're all attractive women. They can do so much more with themselves. But you know, as the Source father show, even the most attractive women get burnt out, whatever. Right? They get burnt out. These women, when you look at them, they are a shadow of themselves. When you see pictures of them from when before they reached there to how they are now, Malia particularly, she got beaten up so bad. She had sores on her lips and all sorts of things and this, that, and the other for years, right? Because when I started watching, I think Velvet had already had the baby or didn't have the baby. For years, they went through this, for years. And then she's talking about how people want to be in her presence. She was the one who left several times and came running back several times because she liked the power of being the chiefess of the earth plane. Okay? Chiefess of the earth plane, no kingdom, right? They got given how much money, they could have bought how much land, they could have created how much land, they didn't do none of that. They could have done solar systems, they're always renting Airbnbs, they never had anything. If they didn't have donations, they probably wouldn't be going. They probably wouldn't even be still here right now. Mama Dia died. Once again, we come back to Mama Dia again, who they took her cooking, her this, her that, her clothes, her earrings, then have the audacity to go onto a live and talk about we are Mama Dia. Right? Now, personally, I was mad for her, for Velvet's mother, because I wanted her to go and get the the grandchild from the cult. And I still wished, I wish, and I want Selena to do it. I do, because the dad stepped in so much times and got the and try and stand up for his grandchild and his daughter so much times. But this girl continues and continues, though she got a bloody hex on her anyway, right? He already said that before, right? She's going to be having children and more children and more children. So she got more children to come than the children she has now. Is she think it's hard now with all the because she got five under five and another one coming, and that is hard work. That ain't easy at all. Okay, so at the end of the day, this is how I see it. You can try to change the narrative, but there is still stuff archived all over the place. And I hope people's archive more videos somewhere else. And I hope they put back up the old videos. I hope the T puts up old videos more of what went on. Because when you're looking at the videos, it's very triggering. And there's many people like Nosy and others who's been putting out videos for how long, trying to deprogram people of their programming to which they're thinking they're doing something. Okay, like Oswald in that thing, that program, the conscious Oswald. That's how it is. Okay, so there are conscious hustlers, conscious predators, conscious all sorts. Okay, they don't come with a pure intention. They come with something. They want something. They don't want you to just give them donations when you wish. They're telling you that they want donations. She's basically saying she wants money for a car. That's what she's saying. Okay, so it's left for the public opinion or public thinking how they feel on this, because the ones who see her, right? I've been to a lot of channels where they done a lot of breakdowns, working out timelines where people was, and people was over here and people was over there and people was over there, working out the timelines, working out how they was getting around, how they was getting the money, PPIs, all this stuff. Yeah. So anyways, let me stop because I'm going to go into some next place. Okay. Wow. So Velvet is on her third baby now. Yes, she is on her third one. She's on her third baby. They all had his name tattooed on their face and butt. Yes. Yes, including Janae. And she probably still has it on her bomb now. Hi, Christine. Hi, Nosy. Yes, they can do better. Yeah, they can. Goes to show that pretty face ain't earthing. Velvet is beautiful, but her mental state, sheesh. Yes. Hi, Relis. Hi, Professor. Hi, Mind's Eye. Hi, Christine. Again, if I did miss you out. Right. You. Oh yeah, Professor. Is Solar making any money on OnlyFans? I don't even know. I heard someone was looking at his OnlyFans recent. I can't. Oh, the person, we know who they are. They're always watching. Let's see. Velvet had it made and still do living free. Yeah, she's at her mum's. She's at her mother's. Yep, all of them were starving. Yep, they were starving. It was under 80, 90 pounds, something like that. At that point, all of them were skinny. Yep, yep. I think they are being funded by, that's why they're ongoing. Yes. Carbonation going over the years is sad, still sad. Yes, they're still going. They're still going. Let me see if I missed that. What anybody say? Nature Boy being in every religion in the book. Exactly. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh. She needs to close her legs for a while. Yes, she does. Oh, hi, Charles. Johnson. They make the choice to stay low vibrational. Yes, and they're so busy trying to dictate to people what spiritual isms and schisms is. Spiritual. Sometimes, yes, sometimes outwardly you can use it as a teaching tool. Yes, you can. You can. Okay, I've done it. I've taught people certain stuff on spirituality as a teaching tool, but at the same time, right, not every situation means that how is spiritually linked. Sometimes it's just life, it's normal life situations going on when you're not going through certain stuff. Plus, on top of that, right, people do have generational curses that they got to break, all sorts of stuff. People be flinging root at you, all sorts of craziness. You got to be dodging a whole heap of stuff. Plus, on top of that, right, you have to live with knowing that you got to somehow do better for yourself while struggling to prove to the world that you are capable of doing stuff. Okay, so at the end of the day, they can't teach nobody nothing. They can't teach anybody anything. None of them. Because I remember when Nature Boy did the Ma'at law back, well, I think he twisted it because he also wanted to make the trans woman the god as well. All right. And he was talking that how right they are the chosen ones and all this stuff. He said a whole heap of stuff. He said a lot. Okay. And every time he said something, it was debunked completely. It was debunked completely. Now Solar is losing his marbles once again. Solar looked like he's losing his marbles. He cut off his locks just the other day. He looked like he needs a padded room at this point. He needs a padded room. All that drugs that he's doing, all them narcotics he's doing, you can see it in his face, you can see it in the body. He's mentally off. He's mentally gone. He's out of here, basically. If he continues, he will be a goner. I'm telling you, because at this point he cannot look after the children that he's brought into the world. Right? He's making tunes. He's making this. He says he's doing Bitcoin. He says he's doing that. He says he's doing this, doing crypto. Where I can't see it. I can't see it. What's he proving? Like, even though like when people's doing crypto coin, you can't always tell because most countries is an exchange, right? They were showing off and flossing so much. Rich people don't even floss. Rich people don't floss. A rich person will be looking not well dressed, not well kept most of the time, and they're rich, but they're able to go onto planes and do whatever. These ones think that how whatever they think it is, or whatever they think it is, whatever, that they're doing something that we are, like, once again, comes down to the jealous word. No, we're not jealous of you. I don't want your life. My life is enough of a struggle for me without me taking on your life, right? And then he's sitting on YouTube and was teaching people. You can't teach nobody. I think Nature Boy's been everything but Jewish. Yes, he didn't reach that far yet. He didn't reach. Not the crypto, LOL. It's the Tales from the Crypt. Yes, you see him when I put him on the wall without his locks. He just looks so like crazy, like he's off his rocker. He's lost it. He ain't doing shit but begging. Yes, and he thinks by because Nature Boys always put him as the forefront with him. True, I think it was Calabar, Tron. I think Loyal did fall into that too. He used to use them to pull in the women. He used to do that. And like I said, who knows, right? He probably was like doing them as well at the same time. Though people said through the grapevine, he was doing Juju and Pisces. So as much as she says, "Oh no, I wasn't there doing this and this to nature," well, yes, you was. You was doing the most. You was doing the most. When he started being with all the women, she would get jealous, and he had to include her in shit. Okay. Or sometimes she would run off, and then like he will just make her look mad on the live. He just make her look mad crazy on the live. Then all the women would stand up there while he would talk to her for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, giving her a lecture. They would all stand up there. At one point, even what's her name? Aya said she came for Nature Boy. Velvet was so jealous. They sat on the bed talking in circles for hours. Then the next thing you know, Aya and Ra were sent away from the house, obviously prostituting, of course, right? They were prostituting in Puerto Rico. They was doing a lot. He looks deranged. Yes, he does look deranged. When he had the Suriname girl Ra up there, I almost lost it. Yeah, yeah. Ra joined in a lot of stuff. Ra did a lot of stuff too. Okay, so she ain't excluded from all this. None of them. None of them. Yep, he was recruiting people with them boys. The women, he was recruiting the women with them. He was even engaging with what's his name? Sun Ra. Because Sun Ra is a very attractive young man. He was trying to engage with him. He was also Isis, that lady, that strange lady. She was telling them about being a woman and all this stuff. There's a lot of people that pass through carbonation, a lot of people. Some we know and some we know not, some we seen on screen and some we never did see on screen, but they were there, right? Even Source Menelin was trying to get the house where they stayed in Puerto Rico at one point. I think they did get the house where they was. I was like, oh no, not my Suriname people. Yes, Ra was there. Ra and them lot used to do this thing where like they were dancing and dancing and dancing, and Nature Boy used to used to stand above and beyond the men. He always made sure he was well fed, he was well looked after, like Buddha field kind of business. And when he'll walk in like he was the king. He'll walk in like he was the king. There is a video with them when they're walking up the steps where they're standing on the sides like soldiers, like reciting stuff. These videos are about. They are not gone nowhere. There's one where he was behind Velvet and he was whispering something, and Velvet was scared of him because she used to be beaten by him regularly. Regular. The last of time when he really laid into her was when he thought she was looking at True. And he laid into her so much. I think he pulled out a lock, and in the end, and I think he cut her hair, and they tried to make it out as though she cut her own hair, right? When she lovingly grew her locks at the time, right? Even when she came out of the cult, she was on the steps crying and crying and crying and all this and saying all this stuff. In the meantime, right, she left and she went back. So how many times did she go back? Lost count. Like I said, could be more, 50 times, 100 times. She did a Janae 50, 100 times. Who knows, right? Omac took her back. Then she sat down in a chair and she talked about how long his thing was, how he did what. But it's okay. But we must give her a blight. She says she hates when people call her a demon, but you are a bloody demon. You're a demon. You're a demon, right? Right? Nature Boy had this thing for Nola girls. He had a thing for Nola girls because his first girlfriend, a woman, not Maisha, not the other one, the one where he was in the camp with, was from Nola. He had a thing for Nola girls. He has a type. He has a type of man that he likes, and he has a type of woman that he likes. So, like I said, I was waiting to hear about when this man go down and how much he's gonna go down like York. I was waiting to hear the numbers. That's what I want to hear. But as she keeps coming up on the live and she's talking a whole heap of hoopla, maybe I just need to drop some stuff on my channel too, right? Because at this point, she's trying to change the narrative. She's gonna get people sending her money and all sorts of things. And she's pushing the belly in front of the camera. If you notice, in every live, she pushes that belly in front of the live. She pushed that belly right up in front of the live, right? Yes, that scene was, whoa. You could hear her screaming. Yes, and the baby, when the baby fell, must have fell from her arms. You heard the baby cry out. You hear the baby cry out. But this is a cult. Now, if you are watching the thing on Netflix, how to make a cult. Everything that is said on that program is what Nature Boy did. Everything. Even the examples of cults, right? And they near enough did do a death pack, right? So they would have done a Jim Jones at this point, yeah? So, you know, I'm not going to stay on here long anyway. I just thought I'd just speak my piece because I know people thinking I'll be watching them that hard. No, I just know I went and I look. You know me. I go and I look. And when I see her image there, I said, wow. They didn't even delete the image. They didn't edit it out of the videos. The image is still there, archived in Carbonation's videos. So, to me, she's still an active part of Carbonation. Solar's still an active part of Carbonation. Moosa's still an active part of Carbonation. All of them. All of them. Okay? And I stand on that one because I know people's going to say differently. Oh, no, but they're different. No. Pisces, he's drugged up to his eyeballs. He's drugged up to his eyeballs half the time. I don't even tap their live sometime half the time because me not want to be part of their live because they're just so full of rubbish. They're so full of shit at this point. Right? It's been how many years? Okay, it needs to stop now. Right? Everybody needs to be quiet at this point. Everybody. The rejects. Unless they're doing something like what Sauce is doing where they're growing a garden or they're doing some type of growing. I don't want to hear or see anything apart from that. She wants gifts like Janae. Both of them will use those babies. If I was them, I would use it smartly. They don't understand how successful they could be. Yes, they're going to use the baby. They will use the baby because that's their cash cows at the end of the day. Remember how long Velvet used Eliana. Look how long she used her. Use her until Avi came. When Avi came, she pushed Eliana one side. I said, what trouble is this? She pushed her one side. Even when they were filming, it was her and Solar and Avi filming. Ellie one side. I said, wow. I think I put up a short on it somewhere. I said, wow, look at that. Then the next thing I hear that they're all colorist and all this madness. I said, what? But then again, Nature Boy was a whole colorist anyway. So it's nothing new. It's nothing new. Nothing new. Nothing new. Right? They're just doing what their master told them to do. Their puppet master. Because that's what he is, a puppet master. Right? Even when he was in prison, he's still giving orders from prison. He turned Warren Jeffs in prison. I said, what? I said, see now. Like, I don't get how they're showing the newborn on the social media like that for all of to see and send negative energy. Yes, they all it is become the IG babies and stuff like that. But on IG, predators are there too. Predators are there too. Even when I see some children being shown a certain way, even I like scared for them. I'm scared for them. But you don't know who's taking the pictures and all this stuff. She like Janae made a whole IG for her and Solar's baby. Right? So when you hear Fundi talk about light skin revenge, you must know because it was like a revenge against what's his name? Nature Boy. Right? There was a whole revenge thing going on, right? Obviously Janae loved off Solar. She loved him so much. She was like people was telling her, don't go with him, don't go with him. She still went. Right? She's always said, "Oh yeah, I want the baby, I want the family, I want the." She was all crying on Bigo, saying she want a baby and this and that and the other. Now she got the Ross baby. I wish she keep her ass quiet now because I personally don't think a baby should have its own IG. Personally, no, no. A child shouldn't have his own IG or Facebook or all that. No, no, because that's your child. If you can't get pictures, physical pictures, then you get digital pictures put on your house or whatever. You know, like that's what you do. You don't. It's not like the claim to fame is having the babies. Everybody's flipping pregnant. Like I said, Rose, what's it, Goddess, Light Body, Goddess. Her daughter had a baby, but she ran away from Uganda to have the baby in the US, in the States. She didn't stay in Uganda with Puma to have the baby. Her cousin, I don't know what happened to the child. I'm not see where the baby gone. I don't know. Maybe the baby is with them, maybe with her. But there was no baby to be seen. Light Body Chiefess got back her son, and the cousin's child was not well. Like I said, you can't see neither of the children. You don't see the daughter. You don't see the baby, and her cousin like she gone off her head. So the Grand Chiefess, Sean jumping on bandwagon or whatever's floating at the same time. I think they're all back in Puerto Rico. I think Sean and them lot is back in Puerto Rico. I don't even think they're in the States no more. Right? So there's a whole lot to this. Right? Because what they do, right, they get donations, they ship them from island to island to island. The one I'm waiting to see go now is a Grand Chiefess. I'm waiting to see, is she gonna go follow them too? With her pouty self. She's another one, offering up her son to strangers. She had a video, a live of them, and she's saying, "Oh, I'm doing for my king. I'm doing for my king." The boy looked like a little girl. I had to show my daughter. My daughter said, "Yeah, he did." Right? I said, "Guess what gender it is?" She said, "Oh, what's it? Oh, he looked like a girl." Because the way she dealing with the boy, he looked like a girl. Anyway, like I said, when I saw Grand Chiefess's mother, I said, "Wow." Grand Body Chiefess's mum is just like how you see Grand Body Chiefess. She's a reflection of her mother. They should not be playing with children like that. Yes, but they don't see it like that because they're cash cowing on the children. They're cashing on the children. I'm just waiting for another breakdown. I also gonna share Fundi Fee MK Ultra. Please go and check Fundi Fee how she breaks down the carbonation MK Ultra. There's a lot in there. There's a lot in that. There is definitely a lot in that. Okay. So, but anyway, I've done running my chops now, right? Because I need to answer the comment because I want people to know I'm not obsessing over them. No, I'm not. When I do see something, I will come out and talk. That's how I do it, okay? I don't come out and talk just like that, okay? I don't come out and talk, right? And anyway, because it's very hard to do lives, like because my youngest, it's difficult to do live. Sometimes I have to wait. Sometimes I forget to finish doing what I got to do to put up the video. So I'll just try and do quick ones and put on the channel. So, you know, people thought, yeah, okay, she's a gossiping thing now. No, I was part of the mummy sector. I am a mummy at the end of the day. First and foremost, I'm a mummy. I could be a grandmother. You don't know. So, um, and anyway, and as you see, I just talk about a lot of things. I don't talk about one thing only. If I see something and it grabs me, I will talk about it a lot. But like I said, in this case, I'm gonna have to either throw out a couple of things or wait to when my colleagues, and they are my colleagues, the channel holders, put out stuff, and I'm going to put out their stuff. Dice already did a reaction on Velvet already. Dice, Stinson got the soup, did a reaction on Velvet. Very good one, very good reactions. Fundy Fee does breakdowns on carbonation a lot. So you'll get the full 911 on that. Okay. And that's why I put up little sections of her lives, because she breaks it down a lot. And even if you can't watch it, I'll bring it to the channel and you can watch slices of it. Yeah. So that's how it's going to happen. But when other things come up, I'm going to throw that out too. So my channel is always busy, non-stop. I never stop. I'm always looking. I always find something all the time. Right. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, because I'm not. I just like certain things. That's how I am. Okay. In general. So yes. So with that said, I'm going to stop. I'm going to come off the live now, because I'm sure there's other people live right at this present moment. I might not be able to always come up about this time, but I will put out videos as much as possible. And yeah, just like, comment. That's all. If you comment, we can comment backwards and forwards. Even better for me. Okay? Even better for me. You say something disrespectful, I block you. That's it. That's how it goes over here. I have very good subs. I've always had good subs. I think I've got new subs as well. And they are, and they, some of them is very informative channels. Some of them have too. So he goes further than that. Okay, so like, I do have cash apps and all that. So you can donate if you want to. Is why I ain't holding no gun to no one's head. Right. And you know, basically just don't get taken in. So that's why I call it Cultville, like Storyville, Cultville, because that's what it is. Because some of them are storylines, some of them are real, some of them are whatever, some of them they're just like whatever, some of them just wants to come out here and clout on Nature Boy. That is the members. The members will keep on using Eligio. They call it when it start with Eligio. That's when you know they're clouting on him. Okay, that is the members. I'm not talking about the channel holders. I'm talking about the members. Okay, the members is trying to make a name off of him because they wanted a carbonation 2.0. Right, it didn't work out. Didn't work out. So, but they are prepared to do whatever they got to do to get money or whatever, prostitute themselves, whatever they got to do it. Right. So please keep that in mind. But with that said, I'm dry throated now. I will probably come up with a different live. I have a lot to say. Sometimes I do it late at night, but then I can't express myself. I do it in parks. Sometimes I do talk in parks at time, but that's when I can get to the parks. So, but I don't make it like I go and I'm into nature and like you lot seen what I'm into. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. What you see is what you get. You like it, love it, don't love it, whatever. It's up to you at the end of the day. I've had foundation subs from when I started, and I've had new subs, and I had new subs, and I'll never forget my foundationers all the time. I had so like, you just have to respect to get respect, basically, and that's how it goes. I was thinking of doing panels, but then I'm always under two minds of doing it because I don't think people should be over talking on my panel personally, and I get very strict, and you might not like that. So it's sometimes, especially if I just put a video out, speak my mind, and read in the comments. And some of the comments are very informative, by the way, very informative. I have never come away from the comments lacking. And even if they ask question, I try to answer. If I don't know, I don't know. I just blatantly say I don't know if I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I know because I don't know. Okay. So with that said, in a nutshell, thank you for coming, everybody. Let me just speak the names again. I'm sure my neighbors think I'm crying. I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself. Let me go to the top. All right, so it is who's here? Soul Armor, Professor X, Christos, Charles, who else is there? Another Charles. Oh yeah, Charles, Relis McCoy, who else? Nosy, Mind's Eye. Oh yeah, I said Professor X already, innit? Christine. I think I got everybody. If I have missed you out, I'm sorry. Hopefully I missed out nobody. I always make sure I don't miss out nobody. I always make sure I got everybody. Right? So thank you for coming through. Have a great day. Keep safe out there because it's crazy. Signs and wonders are happening all the time, every corner. Something's going on. So yes, please look after yourself, keep safe and all that. Also, I have another channel called The Dark Side of Ocean Yemi. Yes, it covers a whole heap of other stuff. It's a whole nother energy over there. I like a lot of dark stuff. I come to realize that. But anyways, so please sub to The Dark Side of Ocean Yemi. And yeah, just have a good day. Basically, be safe out there. Don't let these people take you in. Always have your eyes open, your ears open. Be ever so vigilant because, like, you have to be vigilant. Even I have to be vigilant myself. Okay, so just be open. So with that said, I will see you. Bye.